Mm.
So now let us discuss about the age hardening or precipitation hardening of a particular alloy. So now in the last video I was discussing about the conditions for an alloy that is required to become a age hardened. That is, the solid solubility of an solute atom should increase with increasing temperature or should decrease with decreasing temperature. This is the primary most important condition for an alloy that should respond to the age hardening treatment. And then second one is it should have more amount of solute atoms. So any alloy will have a solute and solvent atoms. So it should have more amount of concentration of solute atoms that will result in the secondary phase. One more condition is the matrix, whatever the matrix is there, that should be softened. So it is chosen in such a way that the matrix should be soft. That means the core should be soft and ductile, whereas the precipitates, what is the alloy that whatever we are adding, that should be hard and brittle. So if these conditions are satisfied, that means the alloy will respond to the age hardening treatment. One more is it should be quenchable and coherent precipitate should be formed. So now let us discuss about the heat treatment of duralumin. So duralumin is an alloy of aluminium copper around 4.5, or this is 5 here, so I'll make it 4 and I'll make it as 5. Around 4.5% copper it contains. So this is the duralumin alloy. It consists of two stages heat treatment. One is solid solution heat treatment, another one followed by aging treatment. So solution treatment is nothing but, so usually any alloy will have two phases. Either it is alpha, beta, or some other phases like A, B, or some other any two phases or three phases or whatever any alloys will have. Depending upon the alloys we are adding, it will revert into the phases. Now at room temperature, this duralumin will have alpha and theta. So on heating to an temperature higher than the solvus line. So one more condition is we are supposed to heat this particular alloy at solvus line. That means it should revert a solvus phase. That means from liquid phase to the solvus line it should show. So the melting point of aluminium is 660. So it does not go to the very high temperatures that will give the melting point. So will not go to the melting point temperatures or very high temperature, because it results in the oxidation problem or melting problem or burning of the metal might occur. So will not go to that higher temperatures, will just go to the intermediate temperature where it forms a single phase. That means this temperature is like, we'll take a compound of copper aluminide. This is heated to the temperature such that it is copper aluminide is completely dissolved in single phase alpha solution, or in alpha phase it is dissolved. So this is heated to the higher temperature and this is the alpha phase and it is successfully dissolved. So around at this temperature 540, the structure becomes single phase alpha solution. So whenever this becomes single phase alpha solid solution, we are supposed to quench it immediately. So at T1 is one phase, at T2 you will have a single phase alpha solution. That means the copper atoms have been dissolved here. So whenever this has been dissolved in your aluminium, we are supposed to quench it immediately such that it forms a supersaturated solid solution. We call it as a supersaturated solid solution, and it is a single phase alpha supersaturated solid solution. That means no amount of solute atoms can dissolve the solvent atoms. That means excess of solute atoms have been remained here. What does this mean? Supersaturated solid solution means excess of solute atoms have been remained here. Now whenever we are quenching immediately, whatever the secondary